We are starting today's videos like one of those Reddit posts where people show how they make things at the end. I am actually at the point of just about the end of this project, and I haven't taken a second of video until now. A couple reasons for that. One, I don't have to record every single project. That goes against every YouTuber instinct, but I have found a lot of joy in just working on something without worrying about whether it's in frame, whether or not I've got it recorded. It goes faster, and it's very enjoyable to just make something. I have done a few projects that I did not break out a camera for. And then after I thought, I gotta make a video. And so I took pictures and figured I can make a video somehow. Like this one. And the other reason is that if I do record every single thing, I end up with so much source material that I never get around to editing it all, and it just sits on the hard drive undone. I still have a video to edit from when Kumiko was pregnant with Nina, and Nina just turned 8. So yeah, I gotta get a move on that one. My projects lately have been a lot of wood, actually. I've been doing things with wood. Well, one of Kumiko's uncles died and no one wanted his tools, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll take them. Today, I am finishing off changing my computer desk. This computer desk, Kumiko bought it before we got married. It's, you know, sawdust held together by glue and with a crappy cheap veneer on it, and I have replaced it. Well, I'm about to replace it. I have built a replacement for it. This is going here. So while I finish this off so I can actually install it, let me tell you why. Now to finish it off, I have the mounting hardware from this. This is actually just sitting on the rails here. I can lift this right out of, but I was able to pull out and save the mounting hardware so I didn't have to buy any new stuff, which is good because I'm cheap. Well, let's just say my Dutch blood approves. Yeah, so this is the screw hole. It's a threaded screw hole that you screw into one side, and then, oh, as long as you don't drop it, the metal screw, it's hard to see there, gets screwed into the screw hole to mount it to the desk. The screw hole itself gets mounted with an Allen key. Oh, as long as it doesn't run away. The problem with the current configuration of the desk, not only is the veneer peeling off, well, it delaminated and I tried to cut some away and I did a very bad job of it, but there's not enough room for my hands really. Well, for the keyboard and the mouse. They're on there just, you know, bashed up right in together beside each other. Both my keyboard and my mouse are actually under the tabletop of this computer table, so when I want to use the top keys of my keyboard, like volume control, mute button, play, pause, that are built into this Logitech keyboard, I can't actually see what I'm pressing. I've got space to get my hand in there, but it can't see it. And if I want to play a game or something, the mouse pad is actually under the keyboard, slightly, just a little bit, but enough that, you know, things are really close together. And then I realized I can make a replacement. Why not? I've been using this plywood lately. It's an inexpensive plywood, and I thought, you know, why not? So I pulled off the keyboard tray, laid it on top of some plywood, traced it out, and then added 10 centimeters, and then figured out how wide the available plywood would let me go, and extended it out the front, and made these little side wings, and then I cut that out, traced that onto a second piece, which wasn't long enough, stuck a couple of scrap pieces on the end to fill that in, cut that all out, glued it together, clamped it down, screwed those two halves together, let that dry. Then we went to the store, chose carrot yellow, no, not yellow, carrot orange. What am I saying? Carrot yellow. Carrot orange paint. Started painting it, you know. Put it on its top. Well, I extensively sanding it first, you know, starting at like, I started at a really rough, I don't think I went to 60 grit, but 80 grit to get the front smoothed out and the curve to the front lip, whatever you want to call it. 80, then 100, then 120, and I figured, yeah, that's good enough. So then I painted, you know, paint the bottom, let it dry. Couple hours, so flip it over, paint the top, let it dry. Flip it back over, paint the bottom, let it dry. Flip it back over, paint the top, let it dry. Then get out the varnish, the shellac, whatever you want to call it, the final coating. Coat the bottom, let it dry. Flip it over, coat the top, repeat, repeat, repeat. So it's got 2 coats of paint, 2 coats of varnish, shellac, whatever, and it is ready to be installed. I did test fit it, of course. After I cut just the first piece, I came up and checked the size, stuck it in, and it all looks good. I think I've covered all the steps. I'm not sure. Now is the most important step. I have finished installing screw holes, and it's time to yank this old one out and say goodbye to this. It will never be in there again. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I mean, it's potentially usable for something. That's the problem though. I'm a bit of a pack rat. If I do use it for something, I'll probably get rid of this crappy veneer, which is already at least 20% of the way delaminated. Old and busted, new hotness. Oh, and this is substantially heavier, but it's got a lot more material. It's thicker too, actually, because it's 2.2 centimeters of plywood. 1.1 centimeter plywood glued together. Glued together, screwed together, painted, and ready to run. I mean, I could have gone with brown to match the ugly veneer, but I didn't want to. Okay, there we go. That's in place. And I forgot my screwdriver. No. I didn't forget my screwdriver. It's still here. Ha! Join me, won't you? Okay, so this is actually kind of hot down here. Well, that's because I got the fan off, so it's not going to interfere with picking up sound. Oh yeah. I really meant to take this shelf out because otherwise it's a really bad angle trying to screw in the back ones. I almost destroyed the screws getting them out of the old one because I had the screwdriver at such a bad angle. Oh, that feels so good. That feels so good to put. I don't know why I'm putting that screw. It just feels so good. There's something I have made is coming together like this. It's just wonderful. Okay. Now the back screws are even maybe slightly more important because we got to keep this thing from flipping over. Oh, this is not good. That's not good either. Where'd that screw go? I need that screw. I don't have any more. Ah, there it is. How hard is this to get this shelf out? Not hard at all. Okay, that works. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice. Solid. Where's the last one? Ooh. Oh, that works out very well. Okay. Take it out completely. All right. Perfect. I want it back in there after, but that works out very well. I wish I'd done that when I took the first table off. That would have been so much better. Ah, nice! All right. Oh, I gotta put this first shelf back in. Nice! Okay, put that stuff back on there to be ignored for however long, who knows. Okay, I think it looks beautiful. Okay, first, gotta pull it first time. Oh, it is so nice. Oh, it's beautiful. It's not as perfectly smooth as it could be. People who do this really professionally know they paint it, and then they sand it, and then they paint it, and then they sand it, and then they paint it, and then they sand it, and then they varnish it, and then they sand it, and they varnish it, and they sand it with really fine grit. And I wasn't going to go that far. I am definitely a function over form person. If it works, good. Because sometimes good enough is good enough. And this is excellent. I can see some spots where the paint's a little thinner, so you get some of the color not as uniform. There's a few lines where the paintbrush kept dropping bristles into the shellac, varnish, whatever, nisu in Japanese. And now, instead of having my hands all jammed in together, I have space. I'm 10 centimeters farther away from the computer, but that's okay. I am happy with that. I am fine with that. Oh, this is good. Oh. Now, when I put it in, I do have to push them in a little bit together. Oh, the mouse pad will slide under, so I don't really have to. I just have to make sure the keyboard is over, or it gets pushed, but not far enough to fall down. So hey, it's still all good. I am very happy. That's a project finished. Hopefully you'll join me for lots more projects, because I've got like 3 others. Yeah, one I completely videotaped that I have to edit. That's a big job. One I videotaped with my 8-man action camera, because the only one I had that I could like plug in and keep a constant supply of juice running to, because this Canon camera, the plug-in part doesn't work anymore, so I have to run it off batteries, which are getting worse. I did not have this in this case, but the microphone is still crap, so the audio is horrible. And another one that, again, I just took some pictures afterwards, or during and afterwards, so those will hopefully show up on the channel at some point. You know, if you hated this, give it a thumbs down, but if you didn't, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you're not already. Questions and comments, go down below. If you want to support me, buy my coloring book, if you're not one of the 4 people who already has. It's on Etsy, link in the comments below, not the comments, link in the description below, and see you next time.